Okay.
And I hope he is watching. If you cash at me, I'll tell you who I'm talking about. Favorite dating story. It was the worst date. One of the worst dates I've ever been on. Pretty bad. So I was a little late. It was a Friday night. We were
Is this a first date?
Absolutely.
And how did you meet this guy?
He slid in my inbox, and
With
he had
a-
been trying
with a
for
DP?
months. Huh?
With a DP? or
No, thank God.
Okay.
We never got that far. But he had been trying for months, and I finally agreed to a Friday after work date. I usually try to give men their leeway, so I just asked how should I dress, and what time do you want me to show up. So it was supposed to be 7:00. He told me wear something sexy,
Okay.
I'm like, okay, bodycon dress. Let me do my hair, do my makeup, be cute, right? So I'm gonna just say disclaimer that I was a little late for the date. The date was in Winter Park. I lived in deep Kissimmee at that point. I underestimated the amount of time it was gonna take to drive.
Should have left at 4.
I didn't even get off till I don't know when. But anyway, get there.
Feign an illness, leave early.
True. And I ended up quitting that job. I should have.
Yeah.
So I get there a little late. We end up meeting at like a strip mall. And when I get to
A strip mall?
yeah, like
I know what a strip mall is, but
like in front of a Publix.
Okay.
And so he tells me when I get there that we're going to jazz tastings. I love jazz tasting, especially back then when it was black owned. And so I'm, excited. And immediately, though, I'm like, jazz tastings on a Friday night. Did he get reservations? No, he did not. So I'm wearing stilettos. First of all, let me stop. Let me go back. Because when I got to the date, I am in this red satin bodycon dress. I'm going to find a photo and pop it in your chat just so you can see. I was cute. This joker showed up in some oversized jeans and a white and blue striped golf shirt.
I struggle with that. Women have negatively talked about me, how I dress to a date.
Really?
Because why would
of
you?
the way we were going.
And I don't know why, because you're a great dresser.
I'm okay.
I've seen you dressed up in dress clothes.
Yeah.
You've caught me off guard a time or two.
But I'm just saying, it was so. It didn't. The vibe did not match my dress. I'm in red satin and you're in golf shirt. So we get to jazz tasting. He did not get a reservation. I happened to see somebody there I knew who was going to be leaving soon. So when she was about to be leaving, she saw me standing at the bar. She motioned to me. It was like, hey, you want this table? And the poor waiter got upset that we sat down because there was a wait.
Sure.
But oh well, I'm sitting with my friend, and then my friend decided to leave.
Okay. So you got
and
lucky.
so yes, we did. And so the house is packed. We're about 30 minutes into the end of the first session of the band. The band always has 2 sessions. They always do the same thing. They send the tip jar around for the first session, and then they send the tip jar around on the second session.
Sounds like church. Okay.
Yeah, you probably pay the band there too.
Pay somebody.
So
Fucking
anyway,
tides.
we had something to eat. The kitchen was a little slow. They're packed. The waitress kept coming over to us. How you guys doing? You guys want another drink? She actually gave us a drink on the house because it was waiting so bad.
I know where this is going.
So when the food finally comes out, I had to run to the restroom. Oh wait, sorry. Before the food came out, they send the tip jar around for the end, for the end of the first session. He says, "Oh well, we didn't get to hear the whole session, so I'm not tipping." So
Didn't want to prorate his tip. He just gonna not tip
so
at all.
I throw in a 20 for both of us because the traditional tip is $10 per person.
Do you have to tip the band?
No, you don't have to, but
okay.
you should. You're here to hear them. The acoustics
Am I?
in that place is on point. Yes.
But I'm saying if I do it the first time, I have to
you
tip
should
both
do it
times.
Yes.
Oh, that's come on. Man.
That's a little
$20
oppressive.
person.
That's a little
$20
oppressive.
a person for a whole concert.
It's not a concert.
It is.
it's-
They're singing. They're playing.
That's a part of the ambiance of the place. I'm not. It's not.
It's not Usher up there.
Yeah. It's not a mini.
It's
concert,
not
so
even
it's not
Boosie
so
and T.I.
$20 to hear great live music, and you wouldn't pay it for the whole night.
What if Bubba doesn't agree that it's great music? It's really mediocre.
Then you should have went somewhere else. You chose where we went.
He didn't know until he got there.
Okay, I'm gonna give you that one.
All right.
Cause keep going. Anyway, the food comes out. So my food comes out first. It's tapas. So it's two of an item, right? One item one item that I ordered, but there's 2. So his food is still taking forever, and I say, here, you want, one of mine while you wait, because we're both sipping our little drink or whatever. He eats one of mine. As his food is coming out, I had to use the restroom. He got a pizza. So I'm thinking he's going to at least give me like a piece of his flatbread. I come back from the bathroom, the food is gone.
That man is not obligated to give you none of his pieces.
Let me keep going.
You must have been there for a while in the restroom.
You're 0 for 2 right now.
Okay.
And you must have been in the restroom a while.
No, I wasn't. Okay. So the band goes to play their second set. He keeps on setting his hand on top of my thigh.
Okay.
I keep on picking his hand up and putting it back on his thigh. Like, stop putting your hand on me. I don't like this. So then at one point, he ends up going to sit on the other side of the table, and he's talking to me, and he's like, so...
Maybe she doesn't like my right hand.
Yeah. So I showed your picture to somebody, and she's waiting on us if you're interested.
Wait a minute.
This just took a turn.
Did this just take a good turn?
And I was like, wait, what?
Where's she waiting?
And he was like, yeah, so this woman that, I'm kind of, involved with, he's trying to make it real nonchalant. He's like, this woman I'm kind of involved with, she's seen your pictures and she likes you too. And she, we want to know if you want to come back with us and be with both of us. Here's me. The date is not going well at all to me at this point.
Right.
I'm like, are you seriously asking me to go have a threesome? He's like, I mean, well, I don't, if you be down for it, then yeah, like, get the fuck out of here. So the second session finishes.
Hold on. GTFOH because the date is going bad or because that's not your thing?
What?
The threesome.
The date is going bad.
The date is not going that bad to turn down a threesome if you're okay.
It's gonna get so much worse. So anyway,
but you already turned it down at that point. Though.
I did not.
Oh, okay, all right.
I did tell him like, "Whoa, killer! Why would you ask me on the first date?" Like,
He didn't want to waste time.
So I asked him, so you're basically interviewing me to see if I'm
they do that.
down.
They do
I
that.
know.
I know.
Now I know. This is 4 or 5 years ago maybe,
right.
but probably longer than that.
We're as savvy back then as you are now.
So then I'm like, I'm not down for that. So the band sends their tip jar around again, and he says again, oh well, they would have played that anyway.
Hold on. It comes around a third time?
No, the second time.
The second time for the tip.
This is now the second session.
Okay.
They would have been playing anyway. So
meaning what if he wasn't there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Another question. It comes around twice per session.
No,
once per
session.
At the end
There's
of
2
each
sessions.
Session, the band comes around.
All right.
So there's like
I'm with you.
there's like a 7 to 9. Then they do an intermission, and then they do like 9:30 to 11:30, something like that. So the
I'm against over tipping, so that's why I keep asking.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I don't know
So the band comes around again. I mean, the tip jar comes around again. He refused to tip again. So now here's me giving another 20 for the tip. The bill comes, and he goes, hey, do you mind if we split the bill?
Since you're not going to be a part of our threesome?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, absolutely. So then,
You said absolutely.
because I'm over it already. By the time you didn't tip the band twice, I'm over it. You're not about to have me with a bad name in Jazz Tastings, and I love this place.
Hey, this guy was 2 tips away from a good threesome.
He was a whole lot more than that. So then I noticed that we're filling out our tips, and he did not give the waitress anything. She was so attentive. Yes, she felt bad that the bar took forever. He didn't give her nothing. I said, you didn't tip her? He was like, no, she was slow. So now I gotta change my tip and include his tip with mine. So we're leaving. I am so ready to go by now. We get to his car, and he goes, so if you don't want to come back and be with me and my friend, I know this spot where we can go and we can just be alone and just the 2 of us in the car. I looked at him like he was speaking ancient Chinese Mandarin. Are you seriously asking me to go fuck you in the car somewhere?
This guy's consistent and persistent.
Disgusting. So I was like, no.
Some people like that car sex.
I was like, you're out of your mind. Just take me back to my car. So he takes me back to my car. We say goodbye. I couldn't even say thank you or anything because there was nothing to thank him for. It was literally like a waste of my time. The Joker tried to hug me. He tried to grab my butt. I was like, I don't even want to hug you. I'm so sorry. Please don't touch me. No, don't touch me. So then here he comes 2 weeks later in my inbox. And he goes, you never got to get none of this dick.
You forgot something at jazz tasting.
You forgot to taste something. It was supposed to be jazz tasting.
My answer was that whack ass date. I wouldn't fuck you for all the tea in China. Like, ugh.
Yeah, it's a lot of tea.
Not ever.
Yeah.
And he's just like such a scrub to me now. He's still sitting in my
so here's
a friend request.
So you withheld sex from a guy because of a date.
No, I
That's
don't
what
go
it is.
into dates to fuck you.
But that's what happened.
No.
Ultimately, you
No.
withheld sex from the man because it was a bad date.
I was never going on the date to fuck him.
That's fine. No,
It's not
You
fun.
could talk me
it's
into
not fine.
it.
That's why I hesitated at the end there.
I got you.
You might be able to like provide the ambiance that make me want to fuck you on a first date. But chances are I'm not going on a first date to fuck you.
Okay, but the entire possibility went out the window because of the bad date.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
So there was a scenario that if he played his cards right, he could have ended up fucking.
It was just like I just described.
Maybe not
earlier.
that first date, but we're talking about eventually.
No, because it was like I described earlier. The vibe was not there. He already was not that attractive to me on his photos.
Right.
But I often think that men take bad photos, and sometimes they look so much better in person. So you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But even in person,
but if
like
the
he even
date
told me
was
he was
good.
like 6'2", and he literally ended up being like 5'9".
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
Pretty
was
big
like,
disparity.
Yeah, it was super right. Like your jeans were baggy and pulled up.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a guy that shot his shot. It didn't work.
Ugh.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
I'm not.
But I do find issues with.
Well, Bubba, have you ever gone on a first date where you had a threesome package in your back pocket ready to go?
No.
Ready to go, like in the arsenal.
That's a classic. That's a
It
classic
does
move.
beg the question of what is the third person doing? Like, were they home masturbating?
Right.
Or just
That's
ready to
that's
go?
the only difference because in those scenarios, usually the woman wants to be there because she's the she's the woman.
The smoother play is to have the woman do the seduction.
Yes.
Or be involved
I
in it.
always thought that would
That's
be
what I'm saying.
smarter.
Be involved.
Oh, it's ways everybody.
At the very least, be involved.
Yeah, for sure, be
Yeah.
involved, but really kind of take the lead role.
I know he said like, hey, she saw your pictures and she wants you. You know what I mean? That's not enough. That's
No.
Usually
it's the woman that makes the other woman feel comfortable with the scenario.
Right.
Here's me
Reels are
thinking
in.
about it. You're probably right.
I'm 100% right on this.
But my thing is that because of a bad date, the guy can't get any coochie. Like,
He wasn't getting none anyway.
well, so why go out with him?
Because maybe he could have changed my mind.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If the guy had played his cards right, he could have done this.
He already started at a deficit, though.
We get that
Well,
part. You've made that quite clear.
People come down
But
for 15 points to win.
yeah,
the game.
that's
That's what I'm saying.
Shoot a couple 3-pointers.
If you
Yeah.
somehow manage to score enough to win this game, you deserve it.
But in the reverse, there's no scenario I can think of, and I've been trying to think what a woman, like we do that to a woman, like.
Y'all plan on fucking each time,
Well, because
though.
first of all, y'all don't take us out on dates. That's number one.
That's not true.
Not on first
How many
dates.
guys have you
I
taken
don't.
out on first date?
First dates, none.
Right.
You're right.
So
Bubba's correct, and you're trying to dispute
If I
it.
got to pay for something on the first date, I'm gonna be a little upset.
if you have to pay for something, period. That's what it's saying.
No, that's not true. I just told you the one first date, he was too over the top. I paid for the parking.
No, but you're almost doing that out of spite.
No,
You're
it
not
was
doing that
because I
out
was
of
being
kindness of your
nice.
heart.
The more I like you, the more I'm paying for.
On the first day, you said you don't pay.
I don't want to, but I
You don't
will.
want to. Have you ever?
Pay for a whole first date?
Yeah.
Nah,
Thank you.
not gonna be able to do it.
Right.
Why would I do that?
Right. So
Explain that to me.
I understand that. So all right. So you don't want to pay for first date.
I know, it's not-
And that's,
I don't
and that's
want
in the
to.
culture. That's we're on the bench is not going to change that.
It's
we
not. I
understand
don't
that.
want to. I don't
But-
have to.
Right. You don't have to.
Why
No
should I?
women have to. Right. Because it's there. It's stapled.
You asked me out.
It's
I'm
like-
not asking you
It's
out.
like
for the
putting
most
one
part.
foot in front of the other. That's how
Yeah.
stapled it is in dating world, and that's okay, right?
Yeah.
But so what is the counter for men, right? What is the benefit for men because we're already paying for the date? The counter is
Pussy.
it has to be, right? What else is there?
It's the hope of getting pussy.
But you got a meal.
That I fucking paid for.
No, in that bad
that's
situation.
that situation.
In a traditional,
I feed
in a
myself
traditional
so
first
good.
date.
I never think about it like that. You know why? Because I spent money to get dressed.
Yeah, but that's fine. But you're going to be upset or label it as a bad story if the guy doesn't pay for that. You can say, I could pay for this myself. Yeah, but you did it. And you didn't want to.
It doesn't matter how
It
much
does
money
matter.
you spend.
It's not about how
though.
much money. It's just about money being spent, period.
Okay.
Just like if you give the coochie up, you know, I can't. If you give the coochie up on the first date,
coochie back.
right? But I can't complain that the coochie is not good, not the snuff. It don't smell right. It's too wide.
I can't relate.
You didn't give head. You can relate
relate
to
to
that. You know what I'm saying? So there's other
We
things.
know that's a relatable remark.
Yes, that's very relatable.
I just wish there was more. Not compassion is not the word, but I guess understanding.
We understand
No,
that
you
we
don't.
guys.
No, you don't.
I
No, you
started
don't.
this off with, we know you want to fuck us. We know.
But can I go as far as saying I feel like I deserve to
Absolutely
You
not.
can go as far as you want.
In your head, you should never feel like you. I mean,
I feel
don't
sorry
know.
for guys in Atlanta, like in
there's times
Atlanta
where
and
I
big
agree with
cities,
you.
because first of all, paying for parking is always 20 plus. Then you're going inside of a place, especially in Atlanta. People like to go to the first dates as lounges. Just like that, that's when I learned you tip bands and you tip all types of tips.
I kind of agree with you though.
You're coming away with 4 different tips, and that's before you even get the bill for the food.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Then I have to tip the waitress after that.
Yeah.
You
Well,
feel
it's
like
5
bad.
tips.
You feel
the
financially
bill,
abused.
Parking
Yeah.
for one night, and then after the one night, she goes, "Oh, the date was okay. I don't wanna give up.
I agree though. I mean,
give up any
there's
coochie.
certain circumstances where
I should get a head in the
Girl.
car as I'm dropping you off."
whoa killer.
Yeah.